The second step of critical thinking is data analysis and capturing assumptions. Data analysis basically means extracting meaning out of data and, more importantly, understanding what this data means for the future. For example, let's come back to the service level example that we started in our previous video. We defined our problem statement where we said our service level was 70%, whereas the industry standard is 98. So we are 28 points below the industry standard. We also gathered the data through different reports and we interviewed stakeholders. All of those interviews combined now shows us this chart. Now, this chart is showing us that our service kind of improved in January, February, March. Then there was a big dip in July. And then the service started getting worse in October, November, December again. The key questions a critical thinker needs to ask when he or she looks at this data is, why is the service improving in January, February, March? Why do you have a dip in July? And why is the sales going down in October, November, December? Now, in this step, as a critical thinker, you are trying to understand exactly the root causes of all these trends. And therefore, one of the most commonly used techniques in this step is called the root cause analysis or the 5 why analysis, because the Japanese many years ago figured out that if you ask the question why 5 times, you actually get to the root cause of the problem. Because sometimes you can look at the service report and say that, hey, this could be because my forecast was wrong, or it could be because my availability was wrong. But as you keep asking the question why multiple times, you will get to the root cause. I made a separate video some time ago where I have explained every single step of the 5 why analysis with another real life example from the Lincoln Memorial. And you can find the link of that video somewhere here. Some of the other tools you can apply for data analysis are called the 7 so whats or the Pareto analysis. All of these I have also covered in another video, which you can find here. So coming back to our example, what we found out after using all those tools on this data for service was the service in January, February, March improved because we were able to recover stocks after a very heavy October, November, December period where sales were significantly above the forecast. And the dip in July was resulting from a global shortage of one raw material which comes from Asia, and therefore all the different customers of that raw material suffered the consequences. And then finally in October, November, December, the main driver of our service drop is because our customers ran promotions without informing our sales team, and therefore the actual orders came in significantly above forecast, and therefore we were not able to serve those. So in a nutshell, in this step, we have understood the trend in our data in more details. And we have also found out that we have got a few things that we need to work on. The fourth thing which we also learned is that even when the service improved in January, February, March, it did not go back to where it should be, which is the standard. Why is that? Because we continuously run out of stock. And the possible cause of this is that our model of keeping the right level of inventory has got some improvement opportunities. So now in a nutshell, we have learned that there are opportunities in our forecasting process, there are opportunities in how we define our stock policy, and then there are certain raw materials which come from very far away parts of the world, and therefore we may want to rethink their strategy. In this step, we also try to project the service out into the future if we don't solve these issues. And this is where the step of capturing assumption comes in. Because what we are saying is that if we don't change anything, our service will continue to remain bad, which is an assumption. There are also some of the other assumptions that we have captured that, we are not changing our marketing dollars. We are not changing the relationships with our customers. We are not changing a lot of other things. So all these assumptions need to be captured as we are analyzing this data and also trying to predict the future. And just to recap, now we have defined our problem statement. We have gathered the data. We have analyzed it. We have captured the assumptions. And then the next step is where the rubber is about to hit the road, which is we are about to draft our recommendations and conclusions to the business, which we will cover in the next video. Keep watching.